heard it here first. I still think it's absolutely lovely. Thank you, Sarah. Brilliant. And so, Fanny Osborne and Stevenson's wife has divided opinion, polarised camps, people who just felt he couldn't have written without her, other people who feel that he was a millstone round his neck. The section on Fanny starts with a sort of compendium of various epithets that were applied to Fanny. An appendage to a hand organ, an old grizzled lioness, the Queen of Bohemia, a schoolgirl of 40, a brimstone enemy, the witch woman, a very rum creature, a sorceress, a bedlamite, tiger lily. Fanny Osborne was Yoko Ono to Stevenson's John Lennon. Part of their life I've never really understood, despite having read a fair bit, is what actually happened in the South Seas. Why did they go to the South Seas? In the process of finishing this, it came to me in a bit of a flash. It may not have been worth it. But for my own satisfaction, I think I finally had insight into what drove the pair of them to unspeakable adventures the other side of the world. What drove the Stevensons to cross the world and settle in Samoa? It was wanderlust. It was profound restlessness. It was again the hunger of hopeless things. The almost hallucinogenic tropical experience must have deadened Stevenson's sense of mortality. He had achieved the fame he craved. He was a comparatively rich man. He had achieved reconciliation with his father. He had acquired a startling wife and a ready-made family. An explanation of sorts may be found in the likely diagnosis of his bipolar disorder. Perhaps key decisions, agreeing to rent the Casco, for example, that's the boat, were made when his hypomania was at its most intense. Fanny herself seemed to live on a comparable roller coaster. After all, Stevenson rudely observed, "One day I find her in heaven, the next in hell." On another occasion, he described his wife in a letter to Barry, "Hellish energy, relieved by fortnights of entire hibernation." Not the best recipe for connubial joy. With time, they grew used to living with the consequences of their impulsive actions and adept at exploiting them for creative purposes. The cycle, or more accurately helix, if both partners were subject to the same violent mood swings, had another simpler dimension. Stevenson was running away. He was hoping to leave his baggage behind, but it caught up with him. He remained haunted by ghosts of former lovers in a distant country. He also had little sense of who he actually was. Just as in his early years, he alternately played Hamlet and Feste. So in the last 5 or so years of his life, he tried on an astonishing number of guises. Patriot in exile, patrician, landowner, self-appointed quasi-governor, a friend to lepers, politician, campaigner, gentleman farmer, consort of endless minor royalty, host par excellence, and latterly the benevolent despot of Aima, an ever-growing haven for relatives and hangers-on. If his marriage to Fanny was essentially difficult, his many roles provided him with sufficient distraction from what otherwise may have been, in other less exotic circumstances, a disaster. Having said that, there is simply no denying that on occasions, when they coincided on this helix, that their love was total, and his admiration for Fanny was quite without compromise. And so I will end with extracts from a poem. It's called Dark Women. It's quite well known, but even then it's a mystery. There are so many variants of it. I enjoy the power of exercising anthologist prerogative, so I've cobbled bits of it together. I probably shouldn't do that, it's probably anathema, but I've done it, and I think it makes a bit of coherence. Having said that, he did on occasion feel unalloyed love for Fanny. There are other ambiguities within this poem itself, and within variant lines, that suggest, as with other poems, it wasn't just about Fanny, but also about his stepdaughter Belle, who features very large in this anthology. However, we will take it at face value. So here we are, delectation and delight, extracts, edited highlights, so match of the day, from Dark Women. So blondes leave. I must not cease from singing and leave their praise unsung, the praise of swarthy women. I have loved since I was young, They shine like coloured pictures in the pale book of my life, the gem of meditation, the dear reward of strife. Dark as a wayside gypsy, lithe as a hedgerow hare, she moves, a glowing shadow, through the sunshine of the fair. Golden hue and orange, bosom and hand and head, she blooms a tiger lily in the slow drift of the bed. Tiger and tiger lily, she plays a double part, all woman in the body and all the man at heart. She shall be brave and tender, she shall be soft and high, she to lie in my bosom and he to fight and die. Take, O tiger lily, O beautiful one, my soul. Love lives in your body as fire slumbers in coal. I have been young and am old, I have shared in love and strife, and the touch of a dusky woman is the dear reward of life. So there we are. So thank you for indulging me with that. I'm sure that you deserve the reward of a glass of wine or whatever. So please loiter.